Oh.
So for many, many years, you were not allowed to use your phone inside the bank.
Are you sure? No, that's weird.
It's like a dystopia.
Hi! So today we're going to talk about some weird laws in each of our countries.
Definitely.
I think in America we all know like so many weird ones.
Yeah.
So many weird ones. I don't even remember them all, but
I guess it varies from state to state too, right?
State to state because we're so big. It's just there's crazy stuff. That's so cheap. In America it would be so much higher fine.
But why forbid a sandcastle? What is it doing? Why is
You're
it
making property illegally. I have to pay tax for it.
You can't build it. What is it? Because you're gonna like hurt some animal or ecosystem or something? It makes no
Animals.
sense.
With sandcastles?
Like no, that's weird. I was in Milan. This is.
It's probably
That
like
sounds like
a
Feels like the dystopia.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
I don't
Is it
think
true?
I was in
Legally?
Milan and a lot of people were not. So legal requirement. That's so what?
Like, do you have to walk around like this?
How do
they
they find it?
It's awful. Help me.
That's
No,
first
no,
I was
time.
so scared though.
That's scary.
Yeah.
There's always a debate every Halloween. Like, if you're over a certain age, should they be allowed to trick or treat or not? Because it's meant for like children, and at some point, I don't know, they think like young actually. If you're old, you can buy it yourself, you have your own job, but kids, they can't work, and it's meant for the kids. But like every state's different, and everybody thinks differently. I am of the team of like any age you can trick or treat because it should be fun for everyone. But yeah.
I think it's an interesting age to cut it too, because I see people that go to high school as kids too.
Yeah.
Same.
So then,
It's true, but like in America, when I was growing up, most high school students, they're not going unless they have like a younger sibling that they're going with.
but then that's their choice. It's the fact that they couldn't if they wanted to.
But
So
that's
does that
like the
mean?
issue.
Does that mean they can't go with their siblings?
If they go, then they can accompany, but they're probably not allowed to take candy. But I don't think anyone's gonna actually follow this like very strictly. New Jersey, no pumping your own gas. Okay, that's strange because in America, most places you always pump your own gas.
Actually, that's not that surprising for me because that's something in Brazil as well.
Is it dangerous? Is that why they think like
No,
that?
I think
why?
they just don't. They want to keep the jobs. So you have a person pumping the gas for you.
So I've seen that in Korea too, and that kind of shocked me when I came here. Everybody, I'm like, oh, that's kind of nice. You don't have to get out. But in America, everybody has to have a car. Like when I was 15 and a half, you get your permit, and I had a car at that point. So
Wow.
15 and a half, you get your permit. 16, you get your license. So
Wow.
That's so young.
if you don't, then how are you going to go anywhere? Like when I was growing up, going to the grocery store, no traffic, like almost an hour. You kind of have to have a car, and it makes sense that you would pump your own, but it's kind of... So in New Jersey, I guess, like, they have people that work. You also...
Yeah, in Brazil, usually you have somebody that works at the gas station who puts gas.
Across the whole country, because it's so huge.
But is it like by legal?
I think there was a law, yeah.
Oh.
I don't know these days if it started to change, but like, yeah, self-service gas stations are not a thing in Brazil.
Wow.
Maybe it's like, it creates jobs, or they think it's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's for the jobs, I think, to keep the jobs. But then I think it also puts up the price of the gas.
Oh. Why?
So for many, many years, you were not allowed to use your phone inside the bank. Apparently it changed this year because they're trying to like, it became obsolete because at this point everybody uses their phone to like send money and everything. It was mostly for safety because apparently like a few years ago, they had this big issue where somebody would stay inside the bank and pay attention to like people's details and tax somebody who was outside to take money out of their account. So they try to, you know, protect people from that, but...
Oh, that's interesting. But I think it's good things.
That makes sense.
It's very safety.
But I think they changed this year.
What if I need my phone to do the banking?
Yeah, that's why they changed it this year. Because so yes, they banned watermelon apparently like some years ago because they thought it transmitted yellow fever.
Oh, it makes sense.
But now it's okay? They got
Yeah,
rid of this?
I don't think it's a thing anymore. I tried to look it up, but I don't think it's a thing anymore.
I would die. I love watermelon too much.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Do not
Why?
Why?
Why? Save money, come on.
Yeah.
Waste of water.
No, it's actually, you are allowed to wash your car, but only with water, not with soap, because of the nature.
I read it as cat.
What? What?
I got so confused. Oh, sorry.
No, so you are actually allowed, but only water. Or if you have like some soap that's like okay with the nature.
Biodegradable
yeah.
something.
But usually you're not supposed to do it.
So farming, they don't use pesticides or anything? Interesting.
Only water.
I mean, the car wash in Germany is super cheap, and you can easily just drive to any gas station and just wash it there. I don't know why it's allowed to do it in there. I think they have some filter in the floor. I have no idea. Because they have the offer that you stand outside in a garage. Like,
I think probably it's like for people who wash it like maybe on top of grass or something like that. That goes
or, like,
straight
just
into the
runs off
ground.
the driveway.
Yeah.
I mean, they might be using better stuff at the station too, like
Maybe.
probably approved things.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what?
What? The next one. Oh my god. No, let's do it.
You
What?
can't be naked inside your car
Wow.
You can or
you
can't?
can.
And people can see
You can.
because
The
it's
thing-
considered a private
It's your property.
property.
Yeah, but the thing is, if somebody sees you inside naked and kind of feels disturbed by it, and they report it to the police, then you need to pay a fine.
So you have to have tinted windows to be naked in your car.
Yeah, I guess.
So weird.
And it's like, also, mostly we just sit with our bikini or something. That's fine. I do that.
I mean, I imagine everybody's clothed when they're driving usually.
But like, are you
Just, like,
going to the
special
beach?
occasions?
Are you going to the beach, or
Yeah.
just like sitting there in your
On a
bikini?
date.
No,
I'm gonna go chill in the car.
I gotta go take some filming.
It's going to Shiku.
Ew,
That's
okay.
funny.
you don't change in your car.
I do.
That yes, yeah.
see. So it's kind of similar, I guess.
Because it could break.
Yeah, right. Because of the vibration, it can easily.
Wow.
But that's one person.
So how does military get over a bridge?
Yes,
walk-
they don't.
They march up to it, and then they walk around across, and then they march again.
One person at a
I
time.
want to see this like in action in a war. It's like, okay, walk normal.
That's interesting.
Yes. So
Flash mob or whatever.
either spontaneously dancing or dancing in public was illegal until 2016, and I remember because we went out and danced on the street when they got lifted. Technically, like if you just did it, nobody would care. It's not really like a problem. But if you're having a public gathering that you're organizing, like a festival, or for example, let's say you have a club or a bar, you have to apply for permit. I think not anymore. But so if you couldn't get a permit, there were some places that they were not allowed to have a dance floor.
Wow. So wait, just if I'm walking outside and like suddenly I think like, oh, okay, I want to dance here.
I mean, nobody would care. It's not that strict. It's more like organized. dance.
Like
what
robot
about
performers.
TikTokers?
Well, I mean, TikTok existed more after it got lifted, so. But it was more like noticeable. Like you went to a bar and you would be like, why is there no dance floor here? Because obviously there's space for it. And then you're like, I heard they couldn't get a permit, and you're like, oh, okay, that's why. That was more those kind of situations I noticed it. I don't know. This one I discussed with my parents, and they said.
You discussed with the
Yeah, because
parents.
I didn't really know this, but they said it's more if you're painting it in a crazy color, like shocking pink or something. Because my parents recently repainted it like dark green, and it was no problem.
But I heard in like Europe, it's to keep the city like aesthetic.
Yeah.
I think it's not too weird. But
Wow.
yeah.
Sorry, if you
I thought
want to
that's
build a new building in Germany, it has to fit to all the other
Oh yeah,
buildings.
I heard it's like Milan, also like a lot of the big city, they do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like it though, because in America it's just so random, and I guess that's like a vibe sometimes. But in Europe, it's like, wow, everything here is so beautiful. It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh.
You cannot buy an off license or anything, or in a CVS or something, only below 0.05 or something, like really low. So these are open so little time a day and not on Sundays, and like 2 p.m. on Saturdays. So if you are drunk, you can't buy more alcohol. It's impossible. That's why we buy hordes in
bulk.
advance or go to other countries.
I feel like that's even worse, no?
like Germany or Denmark to buy a bunch of alcohol, and I don't know, like it does help, I guess, but also not at the same time.
Just makes your plan better. That's,
Yeah,
that's
we
what it
plan.
is.
We plan ahead a lot. That's why we have pre-parties, because like it's too expensive to buy in a bar.
personal experience, like.
Yeah, you have to go like the week before and be like, okay, what alcohol do I need? And
Okay. Just what?
I mean, why would a couple do that? But
Or like if for work reasons?
The luxury, I really don't know it, but like I think like usually in Japan they get married a lot, but it's like only for the like paper for just like we get married, but like we doesn't living together or something like that. Like
They don't
need a
check
paper
it, you
for
think?
it.
Like they're not gonna check if you're living separately?
yeah, not strict because like a lot of people. I feel like still Japanese people like get married a lot, but it's going to be more less in this century. That's why like more doesn't get the stress for the marriage. So maybe that's actually I don't know because I didn't get married, right? You know. So.
What?
Actually, I don't know what that too.
Is your parents there?
No.
Is it for health reasons?
I think health
Like
reasons.
go to the doctor and they
yeah, because like every year we have to get their check.
Physical
physical
so it's
like
probably
body.
part of that.
I think it's for health, take care of the health.
Makes sense.
But what happens if they don't fit like the
Standards.
standards? Yeah.
There's probably no
Well,
punishment.
doesn't not like get the punishment as well. Just like take kanji for that.
The
Like you
doctor
have to go to
Please
the
work on your blood pressure
I
or
think
whatever,
that
like-
that pressure. Yeah, I
Like,
think so.
Very
Yeah.
medical.
Oh,
Yeah.
But I have a lot of tattoos, so.
It's like, yeah, it's not strict at all because everyone gets tattoos and they're not usually doctors. Like you don't want to get a tattoo from a doctor who can't like draw.
It's good. No, and it's like, who's gonna study for
Medical
medicine?
license.
I
and
know.
then do tattoos. I feel like that's a lot of years.
Like in America, we'd be like tattoo parlor, tattoo shop, but in Korea, they don't name it like that, right?
It's almost like a studio.
You
Studio,
call it
I would
like-
say.
Oh, they call
You
the
call it
studio.
like a
Yeah.
And-
If they had to like bend the laws,
Yeah.
I would think that's how they do it.
And I don't think the government's like really in it to like get the fake tattoo shops because
because
they're
there's
not
a lot.
fake.
That's not true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
They
my
don't.
mom owned a tattoo studio in Germany, so I was a lot in contact with tattoo artists here in Korea for like guest artists in being in Germany. And I had one person who had like more like an academy to teach people tattooing. He got a message that the government is behind him, so he had to close for a while. So they are actually searching.
I was wondering Koreans when
It's like art,
everyone
not
get the
really-
tattoo. In Japan doesn't like that's not common. If get the tattoo, we cannot go to the swimming pool. We cannot go to the like
Is it because like you guys have like that?
yakuza? Oh yeah.
But do you have the same law?
I think yeah the same one too. And then also like in Japan, everybody doesn't get the tattoo easier.
I searched it up and apparently there's a list of animals that you can slaughter and sell for food, and dogs not on that list. So it's prohibited. But most people who own the places that sells dog meat are really, really old people and they live in like really like 시골 areas, like rural areas. So the government, they can't really like get them from like because they're like really old people who's been doing that business for like years and years. So
And I think it's a bit outdated just because from what I've heard, this was it was a thing because there was a lack of food.
Yeah.
But it's not applicable to these days.
But-
it's not as if you're gonna go down the street and eat.
I mean, why are we putting some animals as more precious than other animals? Is what I think is a bit weird.
Yeah.
there's a stereotype that Korean people will eat dog meat, but it is prohibited by the government.
It was quite surprising, some of them.
It's like
Yeah,
culture
me too.
shock. I guess all of us have like weird ones that people don't really follow, but it's fun to hear.
Yeah.
For sure.
For me, before this, I actually didn't know we have so many weird laws. I searched it up and I read it and I was like, is that really Germany? Am I reading about Germany?
Same with America too. It's like you made it a long time ago, but people don't really follow it still.
Yeah.
Same.
How did it come up to this law? Like, what happened that they made this law?
Yeah, you should have some fun story behind it. for
Maybe
sure.
yeah.
Today we talked about weird laws from 6 different countries.
If you like the video, please subscribe, like, and comment below.
We'll see you next time. Bye.